Namaste, soul family, soul tribe. It's Sky Goddess again. Just reminding you that I do accept donations. The information is below in my description bar. As to how it is, you can donate to me. I'm very appreciative of whatever amount that you send. It's the thought that counts. So please do if you're able to. I love to teach. I love to share whatever it is I know. Of course, I don't share everything that I know, but things that y'all will eventually see manifest. I like sharing that beforehand. It's just me, walking in my north node of being very prophetic and so on and so forth. It's a gift and ability of mine, innate gift. So, like some occupations that y'all can see rise in this age, specifically this 12-year cycle, which we're currently traversing, transiting, if you rather use that word, the second year, which we're almost at the end of that second year, uh, um, of the 12-year of this 12-year cycle. Um, so there's gonna be, let me just, this one is like pretty obvious because we see, how things are, you know, but prostitution is something that's going to be on the rise. No joke, like for real though. And a lot of people that you never thought or expected would actually prostitute themselves, including men, are gonna be prostituting themselves, like having sex with people in exchange for money. So pretty much sex is not gonna really be a fuck, that word was just in my head and left. It's gonna be more, it's gonna be done more out of obligation and not really out of a passion or you know um a love for the word that I actually wanted to use to substitute for all of that, you know just lost in the retrograde and shit. But yeah, that's the truth. A lot of pornography as well. Um, a lot of sex tapes are gonna be revealed and exposed. Like people who have been prostituting themselves for years, even before this 12-year cycle began, that's gonna be surfaced. Um, just know that if that happens to you, like it's not the end of the world. Like that can actually use that as a stepping stone to um well, even if I say this, some people, it's just their frequencies. They actually really care about what the public think of them and what people say about them. Like for me, that's not something that would degrade my self-esteem or downplay my self-esteem. That I would actually use that as a stepping stone. Not saying I'd actually do that for publicity's sake, but if it so happens that something like that happens, I would just take the Kim K route, like use that as a stepping stone to um propel my business forward. Hell is this, because that's like a lot of attention coming your way. Now that's not me being petty, that's actually me being really optimistic, because a lot of times people, they do that all the times. Okay, they do that to shame you and to tear you down. And you just have to really be a true blue alchemist and just know that, okay, no, I'm not gonna allow what it is you want to happen to me to happen to me. Okay, I'm just saying, I'm a true blue alchemist. Hell is this. So, anyways, also, um, a lot of well, that's for something else. I'm talking about occupations. I was gonna say something else right now. Also, a lot of home business on the rise. The home businesses are going to be on the rise. Of course, that also includes prostitution, being a call girl or call guy. You feel what I'm trying to say? Also, they're gonna, be a lot of people starting their own businesses and companies and so on and so forth, with the job market shrinking, and it's gonna continue to do so. So yeah, people are gonna be forced to, forced into that, which is, 11th house in Taurus, as well as Uranus transited Taurus, actually retrograding, but it's going to go direct, I think, January 2022. People are being forced to be innovative and to create their own work. And, yeah, to just really be innovative where, their job is concerned and what they do for work is concerned. So that also entails you being a self-made entrepreneur. So a lot of people gonna be forced to be in that Nine of Pentacles kind of like frequency. Another job on the rise, like a lot of the old jobs are gonna be out, like even like real estate, that's gonna be really low, because like a lot of people are not gonna be really renting shops. Like you see a lot of these plazas being built up and so on. I like also a lot of erect, this was what I was gonna say, but a lot of buildings are gonna be erected, whether voluntarily or involuntarily. Like a lot of them who's got like especially weak structures, they're gonna fall. So it's like a time of exposing weaknesses, not just human weaknesses, but even in terms of structures, just systems overall, like government systems, um, the public sector, that is, as well as the private sector, but actually physical buildings, including people's homes. But like I was saying, like people like who people who actually, oh my god, oh my god, okay, it's an ascension symptom, like my kundalini is like so activated, man. But like people who actually have built plazas with the intention of renting them shops, like that's not really, that's why astrology is important, because like, had these people consulted astrologers, or believe astrologers, because sometimes people, they do consult astrologers but they don't freaking listen, because they don't really believe. They just consult them for the sake of consulting. But it's not going to really benefit. A lot of people are going to start, because a lot of people are going to be starting to work out of their homes. So it's just really not feasible. Okay? So the whole real estate thing, and a lot of people are going to be catching, or actually staying with relatives, family members, like those who, it's not your time on the wheel of fortune. So you're down and out. You're going to be forced to, live with family, relatives, so on and so forth, because of the inability, or, you not being able to afford rent anymore, and so on and so forth. And we know a lot of people, they don't own their own homes. Either they pay mortgages or they pay rent. Okay, but there's so few people, like for real, who actually owns their own home or property. But let's get back to the job market. Also some jobs that are going to be on the rise, like counseling and therapeutic jobs, like such as therapy, but also healing, and like masseuse jobs, like that, call girl, call guys at home masseuse jobs. Like damn, like God, people gonna be like so stressed, but like it's like where the whorehouses and the bars, like they're closed down, man. Like call girls, people gonna, I remember there was this time where people would advertise them services in the paper, like, and I don't really read the paper anymore, but I think maybe the last time that I actually did, because there's an article in it that featured, there was a feature, um an interview that I did with the Gleaner company for the Star, the Weekend Star. I was actually like actually bought the Star and actually was going through it for that sake. And I don't really see certain things, even though, to think to myself, I didn't really read that through and through. That's the honest truth. But I can remember the last time I actually went through a Gleaner or the Star or something like that. I didn't really see them stuff anymore. But like, that's gonna be something that's gonna be, at an all-time high. Yeah, people advertising them jobs and services. But of course, at home beauticians, like people actually going to people's homes to perform these services for them, like hair care, nails care, and stuff like that. um yeah, so in the comfort of their homes. Okay. um Man, I don't know why this shit. Yeah, so a lot of, counseling, like people who work by themselves as therapists, psychologists, counselors. There's gonna be a high demand for them people, as well as the psychiatric ward. Like, people gonna be a lot of people are gonna be suffering from mental derangement, and I'm not talking about mental ailments, because like I said, we all do, whether it's OCD or PTSD. It's just there, man. All frequencies have their weaknesses, okay? And that's why you got to focus on yourself and work on yourself, so that them mental illnesses, they don't transmute into mental derangement, which is then a call for concern. You are then a public danger, okay? But for real, yeah. Because remember, I said in the previous video to this one that a lot of people are going to be in that hangman frequency. Now, this is, spiritually, but also physically, also financially, in every aspect of life. Okay, this ripples throughout all areas and aspects of our lives. Okay. Other jobs that are gonna be on the rise. Um, I just want to say this. Like, I actually said that communication was gonna be transformed for 2022. I actually see that already manifesting, like in this 2021. And well, no wonder, because we're in the year of the ox, sub-frequency 5, and there is a change to how people are communicating on social media now. Because if you notice, like, I started doing these audio videos, which I call them audio videos, because they're, we know that, not every video has audio, but I specify because there isn't a visual to these videos, if you notice. And I've noticed, like, people are actually doing that shit. It's like, every time I be doing something, when I look, as absurd and weird as it seems, like, I always see people, like, it's like all of a sudden I start seeing, coming across people doing the same shit. And it's like it's not like they've been doing it like for years. It's just like, man, like, this intuitive that I listen to, every now and then, not consistently. um I realized that, man, like, she usually had visuals, like pictures in her, intuitive videos, but now I realize it's a complete blank street, blank screen. Like, I don't know why I was thinking about street. Like, I just kind of slightly got distracted there momentarily. It's as though my mind kind of was being pulled somewhere else. Like, someone was actually trying to reach out to me, or maybe I was just receiving a download about something to do with street. But yeah, it's just like blank screen right now. I'm like, damn. And I've been meaning to make a video about this, that, yeah, there's gonna be a lot more of that, I'm not, worried about appeasing anybody, like, in terms of, and really, I was like pretty much forced into doing it this way because of the phone and the issues with the phone and blah blah blah. But it's actually gonna be a trend, like, for real, for real. So they're gonna be 1444, yeah, divine, um order. Okay, yeah, this is how spirit wants me to do my videos now, because you have a lot of people projecting on people, projecting on us when we, do these, revealing videos, exposing our forms and so on and so forth. People, yeah, that's the honest truth. Like, I mean, they are sometimes unaware that they're doing it, but the mere fact sometimes they watch you and they give you the evil eye, or they frown at you, or they just like have negative thoughts of you whilst watching you. That's them projecting on you. So some of them are aware, okay, that they're doing that. Some of them are unaware, okay. And so it's just a change to communication. So many things are gonna change in regards to, like, people aren't gonna be talking on their phones that much. It's gonna be mostly like uh voice notes, if even, them stuff, as well as text. Yeah, that's the honest truth. So I did say that. Well, I said that on my the Grey Witch channel, YouTube channel. Yeah, I did. But oh yeah, another job. I just remember a lot of scamming, like white collar criminal jobs, as well as the blue collar ones. Common pickpocket pickpocketers. What do you call them? Pickpocketers or pickpockets. No, that's not pickpockets. Pickpocketing. Let me just say that. A whole lot of pickpocketing or pickpocketers. But they're thieves nonetheless. A whole lot of that. That's gonna be on the rise. There's gonna be a lot of stealing. Like a lot. That's already happening now. And it's like extortion. Extortionism is gonna be at a whole time high. All time high. Extortionism. Um, People are just gonna be extorting the shit out of people. I feel like the only people who are gonna escape this are the homeless fucking people. But it's gonna be at an all-time high. Like, for real, for real. Like, come on, man. I mean, the truth is, a lot of people, they don't want to go with the flow, shift to the frequencies, and know, okay, this time is to be a minimalist. Nah. Some people, they don't want to gel into that frequency of being a minimalist. They are gonna try any way, any means to keep up the facades or the illusions that they are well off. And so some who are not gonna be able to, are gonna commit suicide. Some are gonna steal. Okay, some are gonna prostitute themselves. Some are gonna get into the pornography industry. But the truth is, it's a lot of low vibrational Capricorn kind of frequency, and that's the honest truth. That's a lot. That's what a lot of people are gonna be doing. Yeah, and a lot of using people for their own comfortability. And that's why I say it's not advisable for people to tie the knot during this time. No, I wouldn't advise anybody to get married, as well as it's not going to be a time to procreate. No, it's the age in which people are not fond of procreation. That's the energies abounding. If you notice, the birth rate has dropped immensely, greatly, and it's gonna increase, because you still see one and two, few pregos, pregnant women, um, but that's gonna be reduced, because like right now people are more concerned about how they're gonna eat, where they're gonna sleep, what they're gonna wear, keeping up, appearances, like I said. But a lot of people, I talked about this already, but also some people are gonna become very uh we're gonna, it's a barren time, um for the earth as well, because like in the previous video where in which I spoke about the extended night and shortening of the daytime, the truth is, we need sunlight to, produce, for the plants to produce food and crops and so on and so forth, you know and with less um food um produces from the trees and plants, um that's gonna, affect the, animal life, for real, for real. So, there's gonna be a reduce of meats and so on and so forth. There's gonna be way more, vegetables than meats, because like the vegetables, like plants, food from plants and so on, they're gonna, like, we know that animals and human beings depend on them, right? And I think I talked about this in regards to veganism and so on and so forth, and vegetarianism. um when there is a small supply of plants, okay, that means it's trouble for all organisms that depends on plants, okay, and that includes people and animals. Of course, we're not going to take the plants and feed the animals. We're going to, support ourselves first, okay, of course, like for real, for real. And so, not saying we're going to starve the animals. And the funny thing is, a lot of the animals, they don't even really eat what we eat. They eat like grass, but that's just the grass, needs sunlight to, multiply itself, of course. Okay, so like a lot of these animals, they don't even really eat what we eat. When I really think about it, they don't. Like, for example, like the ones who actually eat, from the herbs of the field, they just really eat like grass and haze and, stuff like that. Like pigs, they don't just eat peelings and stuff like that. They actually eat, they eat meat, they eat flesh, like they like meat, at least that's what I was fucking told. But it's the age of the vegan or the vegetarian, so of course the portions and the rations of meats, they're gonna be reduced like severely. So yeah, there isn't gonna be much meats. There are gonna be much meats, whether in variation or in quantities, it's gonna be greatly reduced. Because, like, the sun, like he said, yeah, for real, that's like really gonna happen as we traverse during this 12-year cycle. You're gonna see these predictions manifest, more and more. But those are the, the predictions, for real, for real. The earth is undergoing a change, a transformation, um sudden transformation, also a transformation to the weather and the climate. Yeah, I did say this in a previous video further down on the channel. um Certain areas that were really warm or hot are gonna become very cold. It's like the day after tomorrow film, something like that. As well as, like I told y'all, movies, they depict reality. Movies are art, and art is, pulling on that intuitive frequency. Pisces rising, how is this? So these people, they get up with the ideas to create certain films. That's something that was put in their subconscious by spirit. unbeknownst to some of them they are conscious that yeah, it's an it's some they've been inspired by spirit, they've been bitten, which is to say they have been accepted into the creative cycle. They're on that, they're in the process. Okay, and they trust the process and they follow divine guidance and they create these films. Even the X-Men, I talk about that, people, having gifts and abilities and, tapping into them. It's the ages of the X-Men. Yeah, but a lot of freak um weather conditions, like certain places where it never snowed before, it's just gonna suddenly snow because like you said, the climate is changing, and those warm hot places are gonna become very cold. Okay, very cold, and just really frigid. And like certain places that were really cold are just gonna become very hot and warm. Like y'all, well, if you follow my Fanikusu Joso Instagram, which I'm gonna put the link below, um FENIKKUSUJOSHO, Fanikusu Joso, Phoenix Rising in Japanese. Just follow me on Instagram. I post, there are all kinds of shit. I call people out on that in Instagram. I there's just so many things on that. But I did um fuck, what was I saying again? On that Instagram I actually posted something to do with the weather. I'm trying to remember exactly what that post was about. I don't really remember what the hell, but I spoke about the weather, like yeah, I made some posts about like flooding, like yeah, I just remembered. um Canada. Yes. You know how it's getting really hot in Canada. Really, I won't even say warm. I'm gonna say hot. Like to the point in which oysters, were they oysters or were they mussels, or what were they? Some, sea creatures, I think they were oysters, like billions, I think they said. Billions or millions. I think it was a very, very large, alarming, quantity. I think it could have been billions, but of course it could have been millions. Either of the two. I know, it's a far stretch, but millions. Let me just use the smaller quantity to not be exaggerative. Okay, there are millions of oysters that were boiled literally alive by the sun. And y'all know that Canada is like one of the coldest, countries. Like to Russia, of course, well, Russia may I think maybe is more, frigid or colder than Canada, I think. But yeah, we know that Canada is really, was really, cool. Let me just say cool or cold, okay? Yeah. And that happened in about, I think that was about August. We know that's summertime, but that's like shifting out of summer, coming into autumn. But it was just, I'm gonna see what happens for the rest of the year where Canada is concerned. Yeah, man. But a lot of flooding in certain areas. Most of Europe experienced a lot of flooding, even China. And I also got this premonition that there's gonna be a volcanic eruption here in Jamaica. Like Blue Mountain is gonna erupt. Like I actually like saw the fire. Like Jamaica was like surrounded by a lot of fire and volcanic ash, fiery volcanic ash. Like I learned in social studies class that it is a dormant volcano, which the truth is every mountain either is a volcano or a dormant one. Well, most likely a dormant one because it the mouth of the volcano or the exit of the volcano, is closed up, and then shrubs and trees starts growing on top of it, and so it becomes a mountain, but it's actually a volcano that's sleeping. Yeah, and that's how islands are created, anyways, by volcanoes, volcanic eruptions. From lava from the Earth's core, spitting up, rising, as it's less dense than the sea or the oceans, and then they rise and they cool and they form land masses. And they sometimes they cool and they cool go all the way back down to the Earth's core, but there's still this core, connect this core from that area of landmass to the Earth's core, which would create the mouth of the volcano. Yeah, for like a funnel. So like I always got this feeling that, damn, one day the Blue Mountain is gonna erupt. Like I've been feeling this like for years, and I actually got the confirmation like I think it was over a month ago, or about 2 months ago. I got this confirmation. Yeah, and there's certain things that happened within that I got a premonition that would happen during that time span that actually happened. So I know it's a premonition. It's gonna happen, like literally. So I'm kind of happy that I left St. Mary, because like most of Blue Mountain, well, Blue Mountain, its ranges are extends, throughout several parishes on the north coast, the east and to the north coast of Jamaica, like Portland, St. Thomas, St. Mary, um, and also parts of St. Andrew, I think. But I know definitely St. Thomas, Saint Mary, and Portland. I know for sure Saint Mary and Portland. I'm still weighing the Saint Thomas thing. I think Saint Thomas as well, but and part of it is also, I believe, in Saint Andrew. But I know for sure, a lot of it I believe is in Saint Mary and Portland. Yeah, so I feel like sometimes things happen for a wise purpose. There's this, the spirits are actually pushing me out of Saint Mary, because there's something really horrible that's gonna happen um in that parish, and spirit actually revealed to me what's gonna happen. It's the volcanic eruption. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna happen for real, for real. So there are going to be a lot of volcanic eruptions and so on. So this is no longer a video about occupations, you feel me? It's just a prediction, yeah. Prediction video. Yeah, audio video. A prediction audio video. Okay. But it's the time to be your own boss. Yeah. So you're gonna be, in the porn industry, a prostitute, or you're gonna start up some innovative company or something that's really necessary in a time like this. Like, I'm an astrologer. I know whatever it is that I predict, always manifests. I've seen, I've heard, I just know. Because, like, I know what was revealed to me intuitively is correct and being led by spirit. And of course, this is a gift of mine. It's the wheel of fortune turning. If other people, they had their chance on the wheel of fortune, it's now time for me to get my chance. Of course, some people, they don't want to accept that. They want to always keep you oppressed or below them, and so they will try to walk into your destiny, into our destinies, or north nodes, or fates. And it's not for them, because like once something isn't for you, it doesn't matter, the sorcery that you perform or you work and blah blah, or, the evil eye that you project at me. It's not gonna make you learn what I've learned, and it's not gonna make me unlearn what I've learned, because I have the aspects to learn this. This is my shit. Because I've come across few people who, they pretend to not believe, but secretly they're studying, secretly they're trying to, get in my shit. They don't understand what the cards mean. They're just listening and copying my shit because they realize their time on the wheel has come to an end and they don't want to accept that. All losers hate their fate. Go and follow my Queen Sia Instagram YouTube channel, Queen CIA. Okay, that's a recent song that I recorded and uploaded. Of course, it wasn't recently written. I've written that for like months ago, but I just recently recorded it, of course, by phone and uploaded that. Yeah, man. Or some people, they don't want to accept. They want to always be leading, but sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and you gotta accept. This time around, it's people accepting losses as well as their wins, okay, and vice versa. You accepted, you accepted losses. It's time to accept your win and claim it. You accepted your wins. It's time to accept your losses and just go with the flow, because you're gonna open Pandora's box. You're gonna cause a major catastrophe when you don't go with the flow for yourself and the people you supposedly care about. Not me, because you don't care about me. I'm talking about those who you supposedly care about. Because like Spirit has shown me people in the spiritual realm, the astral plane, who are trying to take my fate, my destiny, and trying to claim my North Node. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Why don't you understand? And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You're selfish and egotistical and narcissistic and pathetic and weak, because the strong, they accept what is to be. They accept their fates. They accept their judgments. They accept that, okay, it is time for me to play this role. Whether it's to be second in command, third in command, fourth, fifth, or last in command. Because remember, there was a time you were first in command. Okay? And you gotta go with the flow. No one is always set to be above or at the head of anything. Don't get it twisted. That's imbalance. The balance is now you're yin, later you're yang. Or then you were yang, now you're yin. Go with the flow. You're only gonna hurt yourself, because the ancestors and the spirits in the spiritual realm, they're not gonna support you in your tomfoolery. They're not gonna. They're not going to. And I've been telling people that spirit has great influence and power, unbeknownst to a lot of you. And you're going to see that manifest also in this 12-year cycle, because the wheel, this is a major shift in the wheel of fortune. And a lot of people are going to be putting up temper tantrums. Like, oh, I want to stay on the wheel of fortune. I want to be at the head. I want to get all the attention. I want to be the one making a lot of money. I want to be the savior. I want to. And you're gonna get scolded by spirit for that shit. That's what rude kids, that's what they say happens to rude kids. Like, I don't beat my kids, but that's what, especially within the black community, that's what they tell kids. Like, mostly you black people don't want to move on and accept that it's time for someone else to take their place. But like in the black community, that's what most of you do. You scold your kids, like when they put up temper tantrums, so that's what's gonna happen to you. The ancestors are gonna scold you, so you know how to move on and move on from the past, or the past way of living or doing things. Okay, it is what it is. And that's why you don't abuse your power, or put down anybody, or discriminate against anyone when you're in a place or position of authority, because eventually that is going to go to someone else, and you are going to take a back seat. Okay, yeah. And the karma says that however you treat others when you were in a place of power, that's what's going to happen to you when you're taking your back seat. And a lot of people, they know this, and that's why they don't want to take back seats. But it's not up to you. Like, for real, it's not up to you. For real. Because if it was up to you, COVID-19 would come to an end. But none of you can stop COVID-19. For real, for real. And that shows that it's not up to you. It's not up to the governments. It's not up to, the pharmaceutical industry. It's not up to you Christians, you crazy religious nuts. It's not up to, you delusional people, you narcissistic people. It's not up to any of you. It's not up to anybody but spirit. And, well, the primordial beings who I spoke about. The times are changing. Jupiters are undergoing a transformation, and that's the wheel of fortune that's taking a shift, taking a turn in other people's favor. Get over it, or you can die. That hangman frequency I spoke about earlier, either you just take your back seat and be a good little hangman, okay? Or you can hang yourself, like literally, like for real, for real. And a lot of people are so prideful, they are gonna literally hang themselves because they are not gonna want to be in a base frequency or position where in which they have to be beneath some of us who they've disadvantaged, or they spat on, or they tried to spit on. You feel what I'm trying to say? A lot of them, rather than being in such energies or such, places, they're gonna choose to take their lives. Rather than humbling themselves, they're gonna choose death and they're gonna kill themselves. That's the honest truth. Rather than some of these people experiencing a life of lack and poverty, strict poverty, worse than the Great Depression of the 20th century, they're gonna take their lives. For real, for real. Like, I've been down and out so badly, and I was very optimistic. I was told it was not supposed to be that bad. It was not supposed to be at all. But someone didn't want me to take my place on the Wheel of Fortune. And I spoke about the COVID-19. So when you keep hindering what's supposed to happen, when you keep tampering, not hindering, because you can't stop it. When you keep tampering with it, you open Pandora's box. And all kinds of that you see COVID-19, that's that, yeah. Pandora's box has been opened. So all kinds of chaos and destruction takes place. And it's because of you. You're trying to stop a star from rising. Someone who's got a great purpose, because you're so obsessed with being in control and being in a seat of power and not being humble. A lot of you caused COVID-19 because you've been waging war against the chosen ones. Those who have promised fates and destinies to do great things for humanity because, you don't want the spotlight to be taken off of you. You caused all of this. It doesn't matter if there was a lab that, leaked the virus. It don't matter. Spirit allowed things to happen for the greater good. Period. That. So cruel people, selfish people, they caused the pandemic, and they're causing more catastrophe, and they will cause more catastrophe if they don't just chill. If they don't chill and take their back seats and be in that hangman frequency and just stop being so desperate for attention. Stop being so obsessive with attention, please. It's not that serious. For real, for real. The best attention is the one you give to yourself. So anyways, I'm going to leave it there. I want to do another timeless reading. I'm going to come with that. Namaste.